So here I am in Cursor, and a few things. So I decided on a name yesterday. I was brainstorming names, and I came up with a few different ones. Those are a few that, uh, like I was considering backhand. Those are just backhandy. I just uh, trying to be like playful on the backhand uh, term, but mm, this is like a tennis term. This is like some in some slang is not not a safe word. Site backed, databaser. This was cool. Databaser. I think is is gonna be interesting for any of you working on a database solution, whatever. Data here. This is like if you search this, there is some divinity in some cultures. I don't know. Site portal. This was interesting but boring. Backsite. Then I found site base, and I think site base is the one that sounds better. It's the one that I think I'm gonna pick. It's the one I've picked for now. I still haven't bought any domain, but by the time you see this video, you will, because I don't want to risk anyone getting it before you know. You can get any one of the other ones. Maybe I will get Databaser as well for the future. Who knows? And so yeah, Sitebase.dev. Um, this reminded me of Userbase by Daniel Vassallo. Daniel is a very cool guy, and now um, is the owner of smallbets.com, which is a very cool community of makers. I think it's been acquired by Gumroad now. But anyway, in the beginning, Daniel was working on this tool called Userbase. And it was a tool um, built to create secure and private web apps using only static JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. It's a way to add user accounts and data persistence to a static site. Um, this is not what I'm building. And it's a good thing because uh, that project didn't have legs, as Daniel Vassallo talked about this in one of his many YouTube videos and podcast interviews. I don't remember why, and I should go and listen again, because I don't want to repeat the errors made by other people. You know, it's always nice to learn from what other people try to do. But um, like, I don't think adding users to static sites is like a use case. Maybe if you want users, you're gonna create a dynamic site with database, whatever. But here instead, I'm providing features that you don't want to build on your app, or because you're focused on your specific use case. Um, and I will build some of those things that everyone needs, and also mm, like you don't want to build those features, but you need them. And this is also going to be interesting for data collection and to replace other. Like, if you are not going to build them yourself, you're gonna need to use a different tool. For example, there are many form builders, and instead of using those, you're gonna use mine, because it also offers much more than just forms. That's the idea. This is the idea. I'm gonna offer like whole suite for a website and web application as well, not just a website. And so, yes, I picked a name, Sitebase, and I also picked a deployment platform. And this one was easy because it's Cloudflare. There is no other option, I think. Um, this app we receive um, an amount of traffic that scales with the traffic that the website it's installed on has. So if someone signs up and they have like 1 million visitors per day, my app will get 1 million visitors per day. Um, and many more hits to the database and whatever. So I really need a platform that scales. And this is like Cloudflare's solution using their own database, SQLite database, D1. Um, they have like a key value store. They have data storage. They have workers for the processing. They have queues. Um, they have a ton of stuff that's perfect for us. Cache API, durable objects, which is also a very, very interesting thing. And yeah, so I was building this plan using Cursor. So it identified like the tech stack. And for the front end, I'm going to use Astro. So Astro was bought by Cloudflare. So um, Cloudflare has been acquiring a ton of different technologies, Astro, Vite, and it just makes sense to use this kind of tech because they are going to have very easy integration. Like I'm not gonna use Next.js on Cloudflare. And if I want to use Next.js, I will use Vercel. But then I know, for example, that uh, the kind of traffic this is expected to get is not. I don't know. I love Next.js. I love Vercel because it's a fantastic platform. But I'm not, you know, confident in being able to create something that is optimized enough for to have a low bill on Vercel. I think I've read enough stories. I've experienced enough from the hive mind on Twitter and whatever that Cloudflare is gonna be cheaper. I think we can agree on this. And also, they have the infrastructure to handle um, possible issues, for example, with um being annoyed by spam bots and having like they have like they offer like all the protection that we know Cloudflare is famous for, and if I can rely on this directly without, for example, adding Cloudflare on top of another solution, this is going to be great. And also, I think that their um, their built-in solution for databases using SQLite is probably going to be interesting to see if I can create a single database for every customer for like absolute data separation, data protection, and this is going to be a huge topic and a huge pain point for me is making sure everything is completely separated, isolated, and even if a customer is compromised, for example, they uh, I don't want to think about this now, but um, I think that we can use a single database for each individual customer also because so each customer has a very simple database in the beginning. uh, Not simple was not the right term. I was thinking about lightweight. It's empty. Basically, it's empty. It's fast. So yeah, um, this is going to be interesting to see if it's possible. So if a customer decides to stop paying, for example, I just delete their database. That's it. Also, it's interesting because maybe a customer, like, maybe they want to self-host this application on their own servers and whatever. So I can just export their database and that's it. And there are no scaling problems like with a single big database. You need to do uh, replication sharding and whatnot. But with a single database, it's going to be simpler. Anyway, if the yeah, as I was mentioning before, if a big customer wants to move away from Cloudflare, for example, maybe they want to have this solution, but behind their uh, on their infrastructure, or even host on their own Cloudflare. Um, Maybe I can have a plan that allows this kind of thing. It's more hands-on. Of course, I will need to go and export everything, but for an enterprise customer, So this is also a very interesting topic because I can have like a very cheap pricing when one is starting up, even free, maybe a free trial, and then um, as your needs grow, your as you need more features, then I can have different plans that are more in line with your usage. So I can start with zero. I can start with $9 a month for one website, then 19 for 5 websites, something like this, up to um, many hundreds of dollars per month for really intensive usage and more advanced features, maybe AI features, whatever. I don't want to think about that now. So I created this plan in Cursor using plan mode. I just asked, I just told the model what I want to do, the things that I will focus on in the beginning, that I want to host on Cloudflare, and I've got a plan here. So I have a little list of features that the plan will try to implement at first. So we want public marketing pricing site with a clear promise, create a widget, pass on a script, collect display data. We're gonna have a sign up login with email magic links through resend. Okay. We're gonna have a default workspace when people sign up with the first website already set up, and 3 starter widgets, which can be a contact form, a waitlist, newsletter sign up, testimonials, display, and approval. Then we're gonna have like a dashboard data viewer for submissions, subscribers, testimonials, install widget, and usage. Okay. Yeah, and we're gonna have like Stripe manage checkout. Well, I told it to use Stripe at first, Stripe manage payments, but I think I'm gonna use Polar. It's just simpler. So the data model is start with one D1 database. So I need to tell the model this thing. What I want to do is adding Polar for the payments instead of Stripe. Also, I want to have a separate database for every user of the site. Is this possible? So anyone who signs up will get a new uh, D1 database that's just for them. So as you can see, Cursor also added this add stripe here, but we are gonna move away from it, I think. I think Polar is simpler to set up and possibly in the long term, I just need to choose one. Um, so the idea of having separate databases for every user makes it simpler for some things, but harder for other things because I have to manage. For example, I have to update. Mm, for example, if I have to update the schema of the database, I have to update it on possibly, hopefully, thousands of different databases. So maybe this can be something that I only do for big users, like for users on a pro plan or something. Mm, so they're not slowed down by people on free plan, for example, if I will have a free plan. I still don't know. So let's just keep a single database actually. All right. Um, so here we have some routes. Let's say v1 slash widgets, whatever. So I'm gonna say instead of v1, since we're very early, use v0.1, something like this. I will keep version 1 uh, far away, you know. Okay. So there's a ton to read here, and I think we can leave something as is, and then we can ask the model to start creating the application. One thing I want to do is um, like ask it to create a specific design, and this is the design I want to have on the site. Just simple black and white design. So I'm gonna make a screenshot here like this, and I will paste this into Cursor. So I'm gonna say use this design for the admin part and also for the front facing widgets. Very minimalist, black and white, no colors at the moment. I just wanna have it like this. Only, well, no dark mode, so it's much simpler to develop. All right, so the other modifications were already implemented here. Polar, okay. Okay, so now I can click build, and that's it. Um, come back later to this to see what's the initial version that Cursor created. So I came back to this after a little while, and the website has been built by Cursor. I was using GPT 5.5, and it's pretty it's pretty cool. If I go into websites here, then I can click my website, which I added this website when I signed up. Um, I didn't show you that process, but when I'm in the website, I already see that I have a waiting list, a newsletter sign up, um, testimonials collection, and a contact form. So if I go here in the contact form, I can see a preview. Okay, it's pretty neat and minimalist as I wanted it to be. Then I have an embed snippet and two public endpoints. I don't know what's this for, but it's interesting. Um, I mean, for the first try, this is great. So we also have our plan here, so we can upgrade to a paid plan, and that's it. Here's the marketing site, the pricing. So this part, I will need to work on this a lot, but for a first pass, it's pretty good. So I noticed something and I wrote it down here. So in the sidebar, basically in the sidebar, what I want to do is, so I want the homepage here to be the list of sites. And then if I click one, I go into it like this, but the sidebar um, should basically give me the options for this site. Because imagine we're going to have a waiting list, a newsletter sign up, testimonials. Those are all going to be separate sections here. And maybe I will have like a select box if I have multiple websites. But now I only have one. So it makes sense to, we just have a, a link to the homepage, and there you can add another website. And widgets, I don't really like the name widgets because it sounds like uh, it's looking down on this feature. Like those are like individual parts of a website. They're not widgets, but I mean, you can embed a widget for this. Uh, the name is good, but it's not being used in the correct place. And yeah, that's it. Oh, one thing I was debating before um, starting to record again is the name Sitebase. So if I go search in Google, Sitebase has a few different things already. The domain was available. The .com doesn't show anything, but there is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So there are a few things which are called site-based. Mm. Although I don't know how much they are like kept. I mean, of course, you're gonna have different mm, things that have the same name, but if they aren't in the same area, I mean, it could be okay. Then another name I came up with was Website OS, and it's pretty cool as a name actually. The website operating system, so the operating system for your website. Mm, I think it has the same relevancy. I like the name Sitebase more. I mean, it's more catchy, I think. Sitebase, compared to Website OS. So I built this tool called Website OS. I built this tool using Sitebase, called Sitebase. I'm using Sitebase. It's great. I'm using Website OS. It's too long. And I don't have the .com for this, but .dev, so it will be websiteos.dev. It's just for Sitebase, sitebase.dev, sitebase.dev is better. It's a better name. It's a better name. So that, I think that's going to stick. So back to cursor here. I think the next steps will be working on those parts here. I will probably do those not in a video, because I think the process of building them is not something that's interesting for a video, but um, because it's just a back and forth with the agent. But then I will show them to you. See you in the next video.